Right, guys, section 3. Section 3 is going to be in 2 bits as well. I'm going to show you getting calls and leads by contacting, and also advertising as well. So advertising is going to come on the back of this. But guys, it's really important, and I cannot stress this. There is no point of contacting anyone. Zilch, if your profile is not up to date. Because the first thing that someone's going to come and do is come straight to you and have a look at your profile. And if your profile's wrong, they'll cut you straight. They won't even bother. And you've got to understand as well, when you do contact people, it's a numbers game. A lot of people don't come back straight away. We've got to follow up. The ways of following up is making sure you connect to them. If you keep sending things to people, it will be classed as spam. Your account will be closed. LinkedIn, more than Facebook, more than any others, are very sharp on spamming. You've got 870 million people, business people, people looking, doing business in this section. If it's run right, you will get loads from this, absolutely loads from this. But if this bit is not correct, and no one's spending going over it again, is wrong, please forget it. Forget trying to put things out for people, because they're going to come straight back at you when they're looking at this. I guarantee it. Now, I spent the past 4 years looking at the algorithms, understand it, the little courses. I'm no expert. I'm just knowing what works for me. However, let's go and look at which sections and how we can search for people. One of the first things you got to remember is that this search engine is sensitive on how you write things. So if I put, like I've got here, looking for new opportunities, and that's great. But if you click on here into people, this first section here will show 381 people in my network. But when you start scrolling down and look at the thousands of people, like look at the number of people that's got this in their profile. There's thousands upon thousands in here. 1.2 million from out of this on their section, on their profile will have looking for new opportunities. Now, just note the numbers at the end of the name first. That means he's connected to me. That's first generation. They are connected to me. That's what's people in your network. Then it goes second, people in your second generation, because one of these within them, or within my 8,000 connections that I have in here and 8,000 followers, is that they're connected. There's a connection there. Then we can keep going. It'll do all this first, all the connections first. Let me see if I've got a third generation down here. And you can see third generation plus. That's a third generation. If I go further up, it'll say third generation, then it'll go third generation plus. It means the way down the pecking order, somehow we're connected, a bit like a genealogy tree. Somehow they're connected up there. Just remember that, because sometimes you can use that as an opening. Remember that. But you need to make sure, if you've had a conversation with your first generation, that you can use their name. Hi, John, Chandra, I see you're connected to Dave Kimberley. Look, we talk now and then, and he's doing very, very well, as you may know. Just thought I'll reach out and connect to you. Boom, that's done. I'm going to show you a couple of other ways as well of connecting with people. But let me just start off with this interim first. So let me just go back. And what I want to be able to do is looking for new opportunities. Now, I can go back into it, but I want to show you a quick way of doing a call, as in a cold call. And what I seem to do is looking for location, company filters. So if I put Forever Living, it's because I was with that company before. And if I put show results, and they'll have that in their title. And this is the difference between freebie and not freebie account. If I click on this Lindsay here, I know she's been with Forever Living for 6 years, call it 7 years. She's an assistant supervisor. Now, whether she's done that by purpose or not changing anything on this, on her title, because that assistant supervisor is like bronze in ours. It means she's not active. She's not doing anything. However, I don't know that really because she's not upgraded this at all. But you can always look and show her activity of what she's been doing here by show activity. That will see what she's been doing if she's been putting anything on. Now, whether or not you get them functionalities, whether you're on a free account, I can't remember, I'm sorry, but I know when I pay, I can see everyone who's looking at me, everyone who's looked at my profile, and I can contact people. So if I go into her account, as you can see there, there's no way that I can connect. I can connect to follow. That's fine, because people can follow you without connecting to you. However, if I want to, because I pay for my subscription on here, if I click here, it'll use one of my 15 per month direct messaging, and I can send him quite a lot of text in this. I only use this if I see quality and numbers in followers, in connections. I will only use this sparingly to contact someone. But the best way to do this is this. So click, connect, notes. Never rule of thumb, send anything to anyone without putting a note in there. Why would you not? But the connection comes first. And if they like what they see, most people will jump on, have a look at you, then come back and press connect. Some people just press, yes, it's okay. Remember how sometimes you get connected. So I'm going to send this little script as well. I want you guys to play around with it. That's up to you. It works for me. So where you can see cold call M&M connections. And what it says here, hope both you and family are well. I'm contacting you to establish those from the MLM background who may be looking for a new opportunity. However, remember that? However, if you are settled, this contact wasn't inclined to pull your focus. And I wish you, oh, sorry, I need to change that. I wish you continuing good health and success. So let me just change that. Clip. Copy, and let's go back to the page, add notes, put it back in there. Make sure you put a name, please. I've just put Lindsay. Forget. And now you've only got 300 categories, so 300 that you can put into that. So just be careful of your spacing. Make sure it's nice and tidy. Continue. Warm regards, Fitz. Now that will get sent to him. So if I send that, that's already got. It's pending. I can see that invitation sent. That's pending. I can find out who I've sent things to as well by going into my networks and looking what connections I've already sent, which is here. So if I go into my network, and let me see if I can get to it. Connections. Search by filter. I can't quite remember, so I do apologize, because there is a section here when you can find out those who are pending. So network, and let's see which is open. See all sections. Go away. Let's just have a look. Sent. There we go. So these are the sections of people I've sent to. Okay, I've got 3 pending. And I can easily pop back into these and see what they are. So every time someone contacts me, I contact them back with a message. You can see the messages that I've written to them. I've always contact people with a message. And I can see how many I've done all down here. There's quite a few, you know. You can easily withdraw that as many as you want, you know. So you can easily take that back and do as many as you want. So remember, searching, the search section on this is here. Look for who you're searching to. And remember about the first, second, third generation. So if you're looking at new opportunities, you can put the company plus people first. Click people first. It'll always go the ones who are connected to you first. Then you've got connections. Those are connections what you're in. Location. So if I wanted to put Manchester. So let's say that the next BP in Manchester is coming up. Manchester area, so it'll take a broader selection of Manchester. Click onto that. Looking for new opportunities. Manchester, 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 Manchester. Now, for me, I can go into that section and I can contact them. I can go into the connection section and send them a full-blown email, full-blown message, because I'm paying for that. But I'll always check about their profile first. But look how many is in that Manchester area. 7,400 results in that area. I can go anywhere in the world to find out what's what. So think about the BPs we have around the country. So if you're heading for that, for Bristol, you're heading for Manchester, you're heading for London, BP 2 weeks time, that's where you can target people, because you can come and meet them. That's the best way to do this section. It's simple, but you need the proper script. You need the proper connections. Are you contacting them? But please remember, without the profile, this is futile. It's wasted energy. But you need to start playing around with the algorithms of how this works. And the way of doing that, I'm going to put some in text down the bottom down. I'm going to put the notes together. So I'm going to send that separate so you've all got that. But please remember, this is just the tool to get into in front of someone. The moment I get someone online, the moment because I use advertising as well, which I'm going to go that in the next section. But the moment I get that, you need to understand is that if you're not following up, you're not using contact sheets or whatever, again, I'm going to show you that in the next section that I do. So if I click onto here, and where you can see my messages, I have all my messages here. I know who's who. I know what's contacting you. So let's look at Michael here. He knows where he is. He still wants to speak to me about what I want to do. We've already done a one-to-one session on that. So I'm going to leave this for the next section because I don't want to bombard you with all this. But just remember, on the search engine, no matter what you put into that, you will find that. You will find it's sensitive. It really is sensitive. Looking for new role. Oops, role. Let's see if that comes up. So this will show again, and we click on people. This will show again everyone who's looking. It wouldn't come up. There's 188 people looking for it. Then I've got 54. It depends on how they've written it into their profile, that they're looking for things. And remember as well, when you see this, so if I look on this now, look at my profile, because I've got an advert, I'm hiring. When someone's looking, it'll have that coming green, looking for new opportunities, looking for new horizons. You can put what you want into there. Self-employed. Oops, get off. Self-employed. Let's see what comes up, if anything. Pardon me. So we got people again. We press people. And look at that. In my first section, people connected to me. That's 584 people that are classed that they are self-employed. There's another angle to contact them. They're self-employed. Most people are self-employed will actually look at an opportunity, find out a little bit about them before you even send them anything off to him. Don't just send random stuff. Again, the algorithms will find out. They'll know you're spamming. They'll cut you off. But look how many people that have got that in their title as self-employed around the globe. It's insane. Then I can section that of where I'm looking for, what towns I'm looking for. It works every time. But you've got to be consistent, guys. And what I mean by consistent, every Monday, this is the first Monday I've not done what I normally do, what I'm going to mention to you, because I'm putting this video together. So every Monday, when I've done my repeat calls, my catch-up calls, I go out here and I search for another 10, 15 people that I can contact. I do 10 contacts, or probably normally more. I do 10 contacts from the connection link at the top, and then I do another 15 from my from my allowance of InMail, and I do it that way. I've got the script, and I'll send you the scripts what I do now. So just understanding the little scripts that I've written. And again, I want you guys to play around with it, and I don't mind sharing this. So each section I go to. So this is prospect looking for an opportunity, full version. That's what I would send in my InMail allowance. Then I've got some which is event to LinkedIn connections. So I've got an event. This is the one for Manchester that I've been sending to, and I've got people coming back. Oh, I was doing something that day. Let's do it later on. Get what I mean? But once they connect with you, and a proper connection, not an email, connects with you, you've got a voice to contact them every so often. And don't splurge out to them. It's dreadful when you give them what you need to get them off that, get them on a Zoom or a phone call. I'm going to show you another section as well of how I send people out. I'm going to do that on the next one in a minute. So let's just show just a little glance of the things that I'm doing. Network marketing short version, that's what I'll send in some of the email. Cold call connection. This is my MLM connection, calendar reply. So anyone from my adverts, this is what I do, because I put an advert out, which I'm going to go into the next section and I'll show you. So let's go back to that page. I run through it just one more time. So make sure your page is correct. It's warm, it's bright, it's doing what it's meant to be doing. It's showing people a little bit about yourself. It's the first gateway to you guys. And then what we've got to understand is when we're searching up here, no matter what you put in, you click on. So if I put looking for a new role, it comes up. People, you're going to get those who are looking for that. They'll have that in some form of their profile. Read their profile. Please don't randomly send things to people. I hope that section works. Look out for the written models that I've sent with you as well. And any help you need, buzz me. In one of them pages, you'll have my contact details as well. So let's just play for this. Let's stop sharing. I'll say stop recording.